Welcome back. It's World Suicide Prevention Day, and we've been discussing hope, help, and resources. We want to shift to a challenge that we face in the newsroom often, and that's how to cover the topic of suicide. Deseret News editor Doug Wilks is back with us for Inside the Newsroom. Good morning. Good to have you here.
Good morning, Dave. Great to be here.
We just had a great discussion with three experts in dealing with suicide in the state.
Yes.
The challenge that you have with your reporters and that you have with us on the television side is we have to cover these kinds of stories. What guidelines do you give for covering a suicide? You know,
we understand the risk of suicide. Contagion, or the fact that people might get ideas and repeat, this activity, this behavior, is very real, and we have to be careful. So one of the things we talk about is each situation is different. These are real people and real families we're dealing with. And, you try to minimize harm, but still shine a light on what is a tremendous societal and personal problem.
Because of the copycat nature.
Absolutely.
And there's statistics that back that up.
There's plenty of statistics, and it's an ongoing debate in newsrooms of how you do that. The easiest thing is not to cover it, but then you can't help people. Right. So even as, your panel talked about earlier, bringing this out of the darkness, shining a light, it's a very important job that journalists do in this regard.
Sometimes it crosses into other areas that we do cover. There's the situation in Spanish Fork where the teenager is on trial for filming his friend's death. And so we cover that because it's a murder trial, but yet also it's involved in a suicide. So how's the balance?
Well, you have the death of a 16-year-old girl, right. And it's a tragic case. People in that community grieve for that, and the family wants to make sense of it. So you're covering it on that level. Unique to this case is that there is another teenager on trial for murder. And what are the circumstances? So on the one hand, you do not want to harp on or in any way glorify the circumstances that could result in a copycat. But at the same time, you need to explore this issue of, is this person culpable in the case of a young woman who committed suicide? So again, I hesitate to call this a gray area because it's, this isn't really about the coverage. It's about supporting the community and helping the community and being responsible in the world of journalism as we look at it.
That's Life Inside the Newsroom. Editor Doug Wilks, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Dave.
Appreciate it.